Thank you so much for being here with me today. It's such an honor to be speaking with you. As you probably know or don't know, my name is Angel, and as you can see, this is Educating Angel. And we are here today for our See Me Not segment for all the incredible people who are a part of our communities and do things that we have absolutely no idea that they do, but it affects us in our everyday life and in the most positive ways. So I want to just take a moment with you all to really shine a light, or as they say where I'm from in Brooklyn, give a little shine to a person or persons who have done things that have touched you and opened your eyes and made you into the phenomenal person inside and out that you are, and you haven't even met them yet. So we're going to get into all of that today and so much more on Educating Angel. You guys come right back. Have you ever really found yourself wondering, do I know anyone that is suffering inside, or am I myself suffering inside, but I just don't really know if I am suffering? I know that may sound a little confusing, but a lot of times we find ourselves feeling one thing and unable to articulate it exactly as it is for exactly what it is. These people that we're going to be talking to today have spent their life doing things like speaking up for other people, recognizing the inner hurts and the outward help that can do everything in a fashion that just absolutely makes you take a deep breath into a whole new life. And in that fashion, you become the absolute version of yourself that you were looking for. So guys, please welcome me in welcoming the incredible and very, very, very much well-known and a dear, dear friend of mine, Anthony Jones. Hi.
Hey.
How you feeling? Like he's so tall. Look, all his leg, y'all.
Like 6 feet 100, right?
You used to say that all the time. I love it. So how are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for being here with us today. It means so much to me. Well, I want to get right into it because, you know, I like tea, y'all.
I gotta sit up with you. So
you gotta sit up with me?
Yeah, I don't want to sit back because I feel like I'm about to go to sleep.
Look at you. It's because I'm short. I wanted to match your height, but now you just told it. It's all right, y'all. We're going to get right into it. Well, I want to talk to you about something that we had spoken about a while, and we've talked about a couple different things.
Absolutely.
When you were in college, you had the opportunity to be, look at you smile, you had the opportunity to step up and speak for somebody else in a way that didn't just change their life, but changed the campus as a whole. And I was wondering if you could tell us that story of what happened and how you were able to be so instrumental in somebody else's life and what it cost you, because sacrifice is not.
Ooh, well, yeah. This was actually, this was a young man who wanted to be a part of my fraternity.
Absolutely.
I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, and this was someone that, again, was a young man that had the potential to really grow and, you know, be something and be somebody.
Right.
And this was my senior year.
Nice.
I was the president of the chapter at the time.
Wait a minute. So senior year, president of the chapter. I mean, there's a lot of college kids. I got a lot of friends. I'm a grad student. I got a lot of friends. You know, y'all fraternity, so y'all drinking and meeting other girls. And
well, as a senior about to graduate and embark on the world, you take on different responsibilities.
Absolutely.
As you know, because. I don't know about for many people that, you know, when they graduate. For me personally, when you're about to graduate college and, you know, you've had the fun, you've had the partying, you've done all of that, but now you become like this, okay, I'm about to really embark on the real world now. So real responsibilities are about to hit me. And I'm leaving, like, these are all my sons. You know, so I'm the president of the chapter. This is my last year. I'm leaving. These are people that I've been attached to for the past 2, 3, 4 years. You know, so it's like these are my children, and I'm about to leave. And so, you know, there's a different level of responsibility when you're a senior and you're the president of the chapter. Zeta Phi chapter, by the way, Purdue University. Shout them out. You know.
So what brought us to the moment where you found yourself defending someone?
Well, there was a situation where when you're at that time, I'm sure now it's still going on, you know, when you want to become a part of any extra campus organization, you have to have a certain GPA. And at this particular time when the GPA standard was at, I think it was a 3.5 or 3.0, something like that. Maybe it'd been 2.5. You know, you have to meet that criteria.
Right.
And if you don't meet that criteria, then you have to wait till the following semester. We review your grades, you know, so you actually meet that, you know, GPA standard.
Right. Okay.
So he was a little shy, you know, he was a little shy of the GPA requirement, but he was at a point where this was a spring line. You have a fall pledge group and you have a spring pledge group. So during the fall, he had the opportunity to work on getting his grades up, and I had the opportunity of mentoring him to make sure that he reached that GPA status that needed to be a part of the organization for the spring.
That's
because
lovely.
I knew this was somebody that was going to carry on the legacy once I graduated and other brothers graduated and went on to do other things. He was still going to be, I think he still had about 2 years left at the time. So this was going to be his opportunity to really step up and maintain the legacy that we've built over the past few years at that time. So.
Yes. So what happened exactly? We talked about it. There were deans. There were listen. There were a lot of people involved to the point where it was like,
well, it was
a stand.
Yeah, there was a situation where his actual transcript came into question.
Oh.
And there were, you know, when, you know, we have to send all the criteria, the paperwork that has to be filled out has to be sent into our national office. And when it came to that particular moment, you know, someone, I don't know.
Okay. Reporting no blame.
I don't know who it is.
Reporting no blame.
Reported that the transcript was not real.
Oh.
I don't know who it was. It was, you know, whatever. And however things transpired had got back to the dean of students, and I was called in to speak about it. And at that particular moment, the situation came where I was up for possible expulsion.
Wow.
Because, you know,
a senior.
Yeah. So, you know, that kind of had really an impact on me, because I was like, wait a minute, that there's no, what's the word I want to use? Collusion going on. You know, everything is really straight across the board, and I'm a stand-up person. And, you know, I've been at Purdue for, you know, 5 years. I did that extra year.
Yeah, right.
You know, 3.5 GPA. You know, I'm basically just, you know, doing these things that we need to make sure that our organization is in good standing.
Right.
And I pleaded my case.
Right.
And
like any other innocent person would.
Any innocent person. And they took my word as, because I had the reputation of, you know, that student that always had good grades. I spoke up.
Did
you know, I never got in trouble.
Right.
Well,
right.
No, never got in trouble. I never got in trouble.
The good kind of trouble.
The good kind of trouble. You
Right,
know, just
the good kind of
basic. You know,
trouble.
I was an athlete on campus and
Right.
everything like that. So, you know.
So did it end well for the young
It ended
man?
very well. Once we went through the process of the quote unquote investigation,
Right.
Everything was okay with the national office. Didn't have to be called in to do any type of
Thank
you know,
goodness.
anything. They didn't have to come in and speak on it
Or
and
find out anything.
there was nothing negative, nothing bad, anything like that. It was just the point that a situation, how it was explained to me, was a situation was brought to them and they had
to investigate.
They had to investigate, because if they just swept it under the rug,
it would look
would not.
even worse.
Right.
I understand that, guys, and that's what we really, really want to do as people. We don't want to just dismiss anyone or anything. We want to make it so that we're really open to the facts of the situation, the truth of the situation. I just want to say thank you, and I'm sure the young man thanked you.
Oh, absolutely.
But I want to say thank you, because we live in a time right now where not everyone is standing up. People are not really standing up. They're not saying anything. They're pulling out their phones, but they're not speaking. Thank you so much for being here with us, Anthony, and giving us that incredible story of how you can sacrifice but still help somebody else, even at the risk of expulsion.
Thank you.
Sacrifice something.
Yes.
Guys, thank you so much. We're going to be back. Thank you again so much for tuning in with us today. As we were telling you earlier, we are definitely highlighting individuals who have given most everything, if not just their own credibility, to defend other people and do what they know is the absolute right thing. And we're going to keep that entire energy rolling by bringing out our next guest, a young woman who has devoted so much of her time and her entire social media platform to a topic that has been so taboo for so long that we actually don't give it the validity that it deserves. And that topic is mental illness. And today we're going to be talking to a young lady who has taken a very, very lovely thing like social media and turned it into a place of open healing. It's absolutely the healing place. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Miss Kiana. Thank you so much for coming to see me today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. So, you know me, I just dive right into it because sometimes, you know, with something as serious as mental illness, you don't want to give it too much fluff and too many games.
Right.
Your platform is beautiful.
Thank you.
You are welcome. It is such a beautiful place to visit. Can you tell me what really inspired you to take your platform there with all the things you could use it for, especially with your following, with all the things you could talk about? What encouraged you to say, you know what, this on the forefront?
I think it was getting into trauma, like when I began unpacking my own trauma and things that I went through when I was a kid and young adulthood and things, and finally coming to peace with that enough to want to be open about it.
Right.
It's something about honesty that kind of welcomes honesty. Once you say...
Can you say that again? Can you say that again?
There is something about honesty that welcomes honesty. When you're
Absolutely.
When you're just unapologetically yourself, it welcomes a lot of like genuine people to come in and want to be genuinely themselves.
Yes, I want to be genuine myself with you.
And so once I started saying like, you know, well, I've experienced, you know, sexual abuse. I came from, you know, parents who were, or a parent who was addicted to drugs. I come from, you know, living in poverty, surviving in poverty. I've seen drug dealers before. I've seen people get shot in my neighborhood before.
Right.
And once you start being open and wanting to communicate that, you welcome a lot of people and a lot of that same energy. It's all about energy and transference and being able to be empathetic with people who have similar stories to you, even though they may not be in the same process of unpacking as you.
Right. I love that. I love that. So, do people reach out to you?
Yes. All
like
of
through
the
your
time.
DMs and like on your comments, they reach out to you? Like
Yes.
open arms, please, please come and heal me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I actually started doing this thing on my page where I would do formation posts. I was after the Lemonade album. So I started, I
the
called
Beehive
it,
don't play.
right, because I started calling it the formation post, and that's where I would use my platform and I would lend it to women who didn't necessarily have a platform but still needed the same advice or reception.
That's
and
lovely.
so I'll let them send me their situations and I'll post it anonymously and let my following, you know, give them advice or tell them, you know, how to find these opportunities, where to get this. And it varies from everything from sex and relationships to actually dealing with depression.
So the community helping the community.
Exactly.
Could you see yourself having a person, and especially a person you don't know, just actually seeing you? Like, and I don't mean that like literally because you're on social media and they see you clearly. They see your face, you got a face, I see it. But I mean seeing you, the part of you that you either actively try to hide or you don't even know you're hiding. Like, have you ever met somebody on social media where you're just like, hey now, I see you. I see you seeing me see you, girl, you better go ahead. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just meet a person, you're like, this is crazy. The energy is so amazing. And that's how I felt, guys, when I was looking for someone, and it came at a great time. When I was looking for someone that I said, you know what, I want to talk about women, and I want to talk about men, and I want to talk about mental health. Who can I go to? I did talk to my executive producer about it. I did. And it was just one name.
Really?
It was just your name. It was just your name. She's like, oh, Kiana. Kiana. She might as well have did like this. Kiana. And I was just like, really? And we talked on the phone. How long was on the phone?
For like 30 minutes.
Like 30. First
About
time I
30
ever talked to you was on the phone for 30 minutes. I was on the bus. This is New York City. We take MTA. We don't drive. Unless we Lyft or Uber. but we don't drive.
Right.
But we were on the bus, and I mean we, because we were together. So it was such an incredible moment being on that phone with you, because you said something that made me say, I cannot wait until I get her on the couch. I cannot wait until I get her on the couch. When we were on the phone, you said, it's so important to me to say the things that people don't want to say when it comes to both women and mental health. And I said, well, why is it important to you? Not that I didn't believe that, but why is it important to you? Like, because nobody's saying it. Because nobody's saying it. And I'm just like, I really, really love that. So if you could give some advice, because that's, I mean, we all would love some advice. If you could give some advice to any person who's hurting, healing, or in, maybe even in your phase or beyond you, and the unpacking, I love that you call it the unpacking, because we all have baggage.
Right.
We've been using baggage in so many ways. The word baggage in terms of carrying our negative energy, the word bag as in getting to the bag. I mean, if you're in the community, you know what that means. The
Right.
word bag and luggage, because sometimes it's a matching set. Sometimes it's so much more that can fit in than just one bag.
Right.
It's not gonna happen in one bag. I don't care how big the bag is, you can go to Walmart. It's not gonna happen. Y'all don't know Walmart. Y'all not Southern people. I know. Listen, Victor, I know Walmart. A couple of my guests here, guys, are from all parts of the world, in Long Island and Rye and things like that. So they have the luxury of having a Walmart. We have 7-Eleven when we're lucky, and that's pretty much it. But again, I diverse. Tell me, if you could give one solid piece of advice to a person who has found themselves either with a bag, unpacking it, or now looking at all the things that have come out of it, where can they go?
I would say one of the biggest misdirections when dealing with your trauma or mental illness is that we consider compartmentalization as unpacking. We think that if we force it further enough to the back of our minds, if we buy enough stuff, if I keep shopping and I keep having these $1,000 shoes, if I can afford to buy this $2,000 bedroom set, if I could just keep buying and buying and buying and purchasing, if I can just keep my face pretty enough, my hair beat enough, my feet on fleek all day.
All day.
I never have to consider that I was once this person, this broken person. And what you end up being is a broken child who is now just a really fly broken adult. Like,
Wow.
and you don't, if
That
you
was
don't,
for me?
No.
No, it just felt, it felt like, I mean, if you know me, you know this is a look of one of the many, but no, that was real touching. That touched me. Real.
But if just, you're worth the time. You're worth the time, you're worth the effort.
Say that right there. Let's look right there together.
You're worth the time, you are worth the effort.
You, as in every you that is watching, streaming, or just listening to this audio, you as in the entity of who you are worth the time, and it in a bracket, fill it up like it's a bag or whatever you want to fill it up with. So now that we've heard so many great things about you, tell us where we too can come and get into your DMs and your comments and just kind of slug you with all of our problems.
Yes, so you can add me on Facebook at, I'm Kiana Tajay on Facebook. Tajay is my middle name.
No, I'm just playing.
It's Tahjai. And I'm also Kiana_Tajay on Instagram. And I also have Twitter.
You do? I can never fit anything meaningful in that 140 characters, I swear.
It's why they want to cut us short.
We gonna have drinks after this. I don't even drink, y'all.
They want to cut us short, but yes, I'm also on Twitter.
Awesome. Guys, make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe. Secret gem, she's also a comedian, so she heals with both knowledge and laughter.
Oh my God.
I'm so glad you came. We are here today highlighting some of the most incredible youths in our area who are doing incredible things. And to the right of me is Santana. She is the owner and creator of a crazy and awesome dope website called Rap Bully. Tell us a little bit about that.
Hey, so Rap Bully is a media and promotions company. I help out hip hop and rap artists, independent, signed to a label, whatever the situation is. I try to make situations easier for them to promote their music and create content and market and advertise their music correctly.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
So how did you get into doing that? I mean, you did have a 9-to-5, right?
I had a 9-to-5. It just wasn't for me. But I went to school for media and communications, and I had a background in advertising and marketing. So I just thought it would be best if I could just use all my skill sets, put it into a company, and try to combine it with something I love to do, which was like I'm like obsessed with like rap music, like obsessed, like it's crazy. So I was like, you know what, I could do this for the rest of my life. I could use what I know and listen to rap music and make it happen. So that's how that happened. I promised myself I never want to go back to a real job again. So I'm working towards that very.
Go. Absolutely. Nobody wants to work a real job, right? You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to work a real job. So if you could give any advice to people out there who are trying to do what you're doing, which is leave that rat race of 9 to 5 and be their own boss, what would you tell them?
Knowledge is power. It's not just a statement. It's real life. You know, any skill set that you could pick up, whether it's cooking, cleaning, barbering, everything, you know, video, whatever that you could do, any extra knowledge or anything you could pick up on the TV or from school, you could really use that to leverage yourself and make money for yourself in this world and not depend on nobody else.
We'll be right back with our lovely, 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 lovely gymnast, Miss Autumn. Guys, say hello to Santana and goodbye. And welcome back. We are back, guys. We are back with Educating Angel, and as you can see to the right of me, I have one of the most talented, look at all of her medals, one of the most talented gymnasts coming straight to us in New York City from Westchester, if I'm not mistaken, which I know I'm not because I did my research. And what is your name, honey?
My name is Autumn.
Her name is Autumn, which I already knew, but I know you guys didn't know it. And I love to hear little kids say their own names. So I just wanted to talk to you about, look, we have outfits, we have medals. So you're a gymnast.
Yes.
How long have you been a gymnast?
Let me think.
Let me think.
About 6 years, almost.
How old are you?
Almost 8.
Woo! Can you say child prodigy? I don't know if you can, because I can. My goodness, you have spent such an incredible amount of time dedicated to such a difficult sport. I love watching it. I mean, from Dominique Dawes, just don't get me started. I love it. So, do you like being a gymnast?
Yes.
I would ask if you're good at it, but you're literally wearing 2 gold medals, so that would just be an just outrageous question. So tell us a little bit about these outfits that we have in front of us.
Well, this one is my leotard that I wore. That is the training one that I use at my gym. It's Chelsea Piers Athletic Club, the
Absolutely.
CPAC.
Nice. And this one?
And this one is a competition that I went to this year. It's called the Emily Fedorko Challenge.
Lovely. It actually says 2018 on there, guys, so it literally is from this year. The 2 medals you're wearing, are either of those from this challenge?
No, they are not.
So the 2 medals you're wearing, can you tell us where they are from?
This one is a flippers meet. I was 6th place on vault for an 8.8.
Lovely. See, now all of you at home who don't know what that means because you don't watch gymnastics, you go look it up because that is phenomenal. It really is. It really is. My sister knows. My sisters love gymnastics. This is how I started watching it. I actually did gymnastics from the 6th to the 8th grade. But I have really weak ankles, so I will never go as far as you're going to go. Absolutely. So tell us about the other medal that you have, that big gold one with all the phenomenal, is that glitter? That's glitter.
I got silver glitter on there right there.
It's pretty.
And
like pretty.
It's a gold medal. I forgot which meet it was. I think this one was the Emily Fedorko Challenge.
Emily, you might as well just start giving her awards. I mean, because let's be honest, she's winning them. No, but that's amazing. I mean, once you win, then it's like, gotta train for the next one. No, that's just what it is. You gotta train for the next one, so you don't always get a chance to do that. So that makes so much sense. So just one more thing before we completely let you go be as great as you are. And that is, how far do you want to go with gymnastics?
I think I'd probably want to go as far as the Olympics.
Wow. Guys, we are going to give not even us, because I'm just ready for it. We're going to give you a nice, simple, awesome, flexible demonstration of the awesomeness that is Autumn. I will take that from you 1 second. Thank you. And we're just going to have a nice, lovely demonstration of the awesomeness that is Autumn. Oh, yay! Look at that smile. Yes, I love when I do smile. Woo! Woo! Oh, the talent! The talent! The talent is unmatched. Oh my goodness. One more for the road. Anyone you want. That's a professional. Check your own spotting. What?
Yay! Oh my God, guys, give another round of applause for Autumn. She was amazing. Oh my God, thank you so much. And we will be right back with our beautiful closing act, the lovely.
Ain't nobody thinking about you, no. You gotta let them know, ain't nobody thinking about what?
Jones produced
Ain't
it.
nobody thinking about you. Ain't nobody thinking about you. No, no. Ain't nobody thinking about you. No, 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 no. Ain't nobody thinking about you. No, no. See, ain't nobody thinking about. I loved you until there was no more me left. And the heartbreak you caused, yeah, left me messed up, but want me dead. All the lies you told me, all the stories you gave me, I can't say I'm surprised. I was so stupid for loving you, trusting in something I never knew. Damn, near put my whole faith in you, knowing you only loved yourself, you showed and proved. I must have cried all night for you. Never thought I would get over you. It hurt, but now ain't nobody thinking about you. 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 No, ain't nobody thinking about you. The furthest away from my mind, yeah. I was lost cause I missed all the signs, yeah. I was stuck between truth and the lies, yeah. But you know what's the heal all the time. Yeah, yeah, said I was so stupid for loving you, trusting in something I never do. Damn, near put my own faith in you, knowing you only loved yourself, you showed and proved. I missed the cried all night for you, never thought I would get over you. It hurt, but now ain't nobody thinking about you. No, no, boy, no, no, boy, no. Ain't nobody thinking about you. What? Ain't nobody thinking about you. No, 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 no. Ain't nobody thinking about you. No, no. Say ain't nobody thinking about you. I ain't thinking about you. Ain't got time for ain't nobody thinking about you. No, 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 no. Ain't nobody thinking about you. No, no, no. Ain't nobody thinking about you. No, no. Ain't nobody thinking about. Ain't nobody. Ain't nobody. Said ain't nobody. Ain't nobody. Said ain't nobody. Ain't nobody. Ain't nobody. Buddy thinking about you. You must have lost your mind. You must have bumped your head, cause ain't nobody thinking about. You must have lost your mind. You must have bumped your head, cause ain't nobody thinking about. You must have lost your mind. You must have bumped your head. You must have lost your mind. You must have bumped your head, cause ain't nobody thinking about. Yeah. Ain't nobody thinking about you.